So you disagree with I would call them coexistence movements that form the Palestinians and Israelis that work together against the governments.
No, not co-resistance, coexistence movements, not co-resistance. Co-resistance
I
is
make
something.
the example of standing together. I saw you made a very hard critics about that, and so to other similar experience. Why is that?
In a situation of oppression, there are two basic conditions, ethical conditions, for people from the oppressor community to stand with you in your struggle to end oppression. First, they cannot be complicit, so that the joint project has to be aimed at, its objective has to be ending complicity, ending crimes done to the oppressed people, ending oppression, ending the systems of oppression. The second condition, which is basic ethical condition, is people from the oppressor side have to recognize your comprehensive rights under international law. If they don't recognize your comprehensive rights under international law, then they don't recognize you as a human, as an equal human. The oppressed become dehumanized and deserve a subset of human rights that all humans deserve. And we cannot accept that. This is not something that we've invented completely. In South Africa, blacks and whites could not work together in an ethical way without whites, those who belong to the oppressor community, first saying, we oppose apartheid and we will work with you, be it a scientific project, a cultural project, a theater, music production, against oppression, to end apartheid. So it's the same conditions, basically. You have to recognize the basic rights of all people, equal rights, and you have to work together to end oppression. So groups like Standing Together, they're very deceptive. They don't recognize the most basic Palestinian rights, like the right of Palestinian refugees to return. Why is this so important? Because 68% of the Palestinian people are refugees, external or internal refugees, 68%. So any group of Israelis that cannot recognize that basic rights is probably seeing us as not equal humans. We're subhumans to them. They use us, they tokenize us to appear as if they're doing something. Oh, we oppose the occupation of the West Bank, but not East Jerusalem. We oppose the occupation of Gaza, but not the genocide. We don't like violence, we don't like killing, but we shall not call it genocide. Well, a UN Commission of Inquiry has called it genocide. UN Special Rapporteurs, dozens of them, have called it genocide. Holocaust and genocide scholars, including many Israeli scholars of the Holocaust, have called it genocide. Why can't you admit it's genocide, you small Israeli group? So that's a choice they make. That's complicity. So they do not recognize some of our most fundamental rights, and they do not recognize the massive genocidal violence being committed against us as such. They call it violence, war, conflict, whatever you want, but not genocide. And therefore, they reach the wrong conclusions. They look at supporting Palestinian rights as a charitable act. You're part of the oppressor community. We don't need your charity. We need you to stop your oppression. And we have many Israeli partners who co-resist with us. That's why Standing Together is a deceptive coexistence group, coexistence under oppression. Co-resistance should not be used by a group like this because it's a term that we developed, and it means working together, resisting together, based on recognition of full rights and based on ending the systems of oppression. And we have many Jewish Israeli partners who do co-resistance with us.